This is going to be something that unlocks the next level of success for you. And you're going to see some really inspiring results from real life hairdressers and clients that they've achieved this year in the first 6 months of 2025, which is awesome. So, guys, make sure to switch off any distractions you have, turn off your phones, put them on airplane mode, and get some pen and paper ready. All right. So, a little bit about me for those who are perhaps newer to see my face on social media. So, I am a grey blending expert, one of the leading ones in the UK. So, in the last year, I've created a business fully on my own with no team, no staff, apart from Bo, of course, my assistant, but no actual hairdressers on the floor working for me, and achieved a turnover of over 230 grand. Take home was 125 grand, which for doing 16 hours a week max, it's not bloody bad when you're doing it on your own. I've also had brands collaborate with me, such as Cloud9, Philip Kingsley, Current Body, Tangle Teezer, and so many more. And that has been off the back of them getting in touch with us, which is just amazing. And then also written for Look Fantastic. So there's a blog on the website about grey blending as well. But it has not always looked this way, for sure. Just a few years ago, you could say that I was in the thick of it and I was literally surviving and not thriving. I think I took this photo because I just felt so overwhelmed because I was carrying loads of stuff up the stairs on my own, very much a single parent, baby in a sling. He's now 7, so it's quite heartwarming to see this. And I really did just feel like I was trying everything. I think as hairdressers, we think, okay, if I can just have more staff, it'll be more profit. Or if I have this brand new shiny product that people are talking about, then there'll be more profit, I'll make more sales. But sometimes you can throw spaghetti at the wall, hoping it will stick, and it just won't work. It's going back to basics, thinking outside of the box a little bit, and believing in yourself and your abilities and not some else outside thing. So, what do you need to know right now? There's more people that need your expertise than ever before. They are looking for long-term fixes and long-term results and not quick fixes. When you let them know the real pain points and you understand them, you know exactly what to say to them so they feel understood, and you'll be the only go-to person they'll go to. It makes your message on social media so easy. So, so easy. At the moment, you are absolutely not maximizing your potential. I can honestly say, and I don't know if others feel this way on the call, that it's safe to want more. It's safe to want more as a hairdresser, as a business owner, and it's safe to say, hey, I'm good at what I do. I'm going to charge for that, and not feel bad about it or feel guilty. It's time to realign to manifest your dreams and your goals so you stop procrastinating and you can earn well for doing something you love. Being a hairdresser doesn't mean that you have to be poor. It doesn't mean that you're a hairdresser because you didn't do well at school and you're not smart. It can mean that you are wealthy. It's just knowing the missing piece of the puzzle to get you there to there. So there are 3 different keys to unlocking your success and getting those 30 grand months. Is everyone ready? Everyone got their pen and paper? So right now, if you're working the normal industry way, you're probably feeling a bit burnt out. You're working with back-to-back clients. The only way to earn more is to do more appointments or maybe put your prices up per service. But by doing that, then we have the awkward feeling of, okay, if I put each service up by a couple pounds each, then that's going to add such a big chunk to their bill. Then that's going to piss so and so off, and I'm going to feel really bad, and I don't want to lose them as a client. Why? No, why are we feeling that way? It's it's so broken, I believe, in our industry. So, so broken. And yes, there will always be people who want Those routes done every 4 to 6 weeks, those bread and butter clients, and that's absolutely fine. But there are so many people out there that are looking for a different way of doing things. And you do not have to put that pressure on yourself, work back to back, do super long hours, and feel totally crashed and burnt out. It doesn't have to be that way. So it's really important to think outside the box a little bit and look at what works for other businesses that aren't necessarily in our industry. So for example, you could look at tradies, right? So when they price for a house renovation, they price for the whole job. They don't price for necessarily what's included, the service time, that sort of thing. They're priced for the whole thing. When it comes to surgeries and things like that, they're priced for the whole thing and the end result you're going to get. It doesn't have to be your time, and it doesn't have to be cut and blow dry, toner, having people fight over having a toner or not, or having Olaplex or not. It's the most draining thing in the world. So look outside of the box, see what other businesses are doing and how they're really profitable, and think, okay, how can I make this work for what I'm doing? So the result by doing that is you can attract these really VIP clients. You can work less and have more personal time to do things that you love and spend quality time with your family. And I can honestly say, as a result of doing this, you can feel more present. You don't have so many tabs open in your brain. You don't feel as stressed out, and it feels way simpler, I can honestly say. So this is one of my students who has taken a course in January, and she has cut her days down, which she never thought would be possible. And instead of doing 12, 13-hour days, she's doing like 5 to 6 hours, which is incredible. So she's absolutely chuffed. And yeah, she's finally only taking new Grandy Blend clients only. She's not taking normal back-to-back clients. She's made that decision. She's cut them loose and she's focusing on that new way of doing things. So problem number 2 is that you may currently feel like there is a ceiling and there's no scalability to what you're doing. There is a feeling of not earning enough to maybe better your own future and support your family. So what you've got to think about is how to stand out in an ocean of hairdressers all doing the exact same thing, right? If I see another blonde or balayage specialist, and I'm really sorry if there's any here, I'm gonna go crazy because yes, there will always be lots of people that want their hair done and look very lived in and everything like that. Wonderful. But there is such a huge gap in the market for ladies in their 40s through to maybe their 60s and 70s who don't want just root tints and cuts. They don't want highlights with root tint in between. They want something different. They feel unseen. They feel unheard. They've also gone through quite a big change, such as the menopause, divorce, career change, daughters getting married, that sort of thing. And they feel like they've lost themselves. So it's really important to think about, okay, there are so many people doing this. What are the people or problems that are out there that aren't being solved, and fix them and solve them for people? Then you've got to create a unique way of doing things that no one else is doing so you can stand out. Sometimes that looks like doing that shock marketing, but you don't necessarily have to be like that, depending on your personality. You can do it in a lovely, soft and gentle way as well. But I would say that by doing that, you will stand out from the crowd because people want experts, they don't want generalists, whether that's in grey blending or whether that's in anything. As a result, you can earn up to 10 times more, have financial abundance and overflow, and the feeling of more than enough, which I'm sure if anyone is here on this call tonight, that's what they want. So again, here's some results from students, which is awesome. So because they have thought outside of the box, done a different way of doing things, and been brave, they have managed to sign up all of these clients, all of these VIP clients, and been able to start this journey. They have been able to pay their investments off early and even before the course is finished, which is incredible. And I think that really shows how much demand there is out there and how many people do need that help. And once you know the missing pieces of the puzzle, once you know what to say, and once you know what to do, you'll be absolutely fine. So problem number three, which is a super common one, is feeling stuck on what to say on social media because everyone feels like they have to have new clients, right? My clients would never pay for this sort of thing. But you need to know the client that you're helping inside and out. It is much better to listen to what your clients are saying. So I listen to their language, I listen to the words they use. For example, I would never, as a hairdresser, say stripe of roots, right? I would say line of demarcation because that's the term that I would use. But you've got to listen to what your clients are saying and use that in your copy and in your content. So they understand it, they can relate to it, right? You've got to know the exact problems that they're suffering with. Why? Because people always buy emotionally, they don't buy necessarily logically. Why emotionally they want to make this change? Why is it bugging them so much? Whether it's in grey blending or whether it's in anything. You've got to know what their lifestyle is like, what their job is like, what their main bugbears are, why this isn't a problem that they can't fix themselves, and why you're the only person that can help them. As a result of that, and knowing exactly what to say and relating to these people, so people go, oh my God, I feel like you're talking to me, you'll be able to reap in all of these people that are desperate for what you are giving them. So this can take time. For example, with what I'm doing, I've been doing it for a good few years now. There are people that want quick action. They might have been thinking about starting this journey and they have found a page on it. They're like, yeah, this is the person I want to start next week. Then there are people, and I would say this is most common, who will watch for about 6 months to a year, then decide they're ready. Something's happened, whether they've gone to a wedding, had a photo of their hair, and I think, oh my God, is that what I look like? I need to get this problem sorted. Or perhaps they look at their friends and they go, shit, I don't want my hair to look like that. I don't want that to be me. If I'm thinking that about my friend who I love, what are my friends thinking about me? There are so many little nuances like that that make people think, right, that's what I mean when people buy emotionally and not logically. So once you know what to say, they think, right, this is the person I want to work with. They watch you, they see people that look like them. You see the authority and the results that you're giving. Then they're like, right, this is the person I'm going with. Yes, I understand they charge this much, blah, blah, blah. And it's really easy to then get them on board. And again, once you know what you're doing, as you can see the results on the screen, super duper easy. But it takes consistency, which is the boring bit, right? Most people can't be bothered to be consistent, and it's boring, but it works. You're probably absolutely sick of seeing my face on social media, whether that's on stories, on reels, on carousels, but it works. You've got to keep present, keep in people's minds, keep saying things in different ways, the same thing in 5 or 6 different ways, and they will think of you. So, by using these 3 key things, you can create a business that gives you freedom and purpose. You'll have the tools to make your own money and feel in control of your future. And you can enjoy your day. I don't know about you, but when I used to work really long days in a salon, I used to feel like the energy exchange wasn't quite right. I used to feel burnt out. I used to feel quite stressed. There were so many times that I used to cry in the car to my mum on the phone because I was running late to go and pick my kids up from school. And I didn't want them to be the last ones in the classroom waiting for me. And the guilt was just terrible. So not having to do the back-to-back clients and having that pressure, working with one client a day and having the space to do whatever you want to do It's so liberating. I can't even tell you. And you will feel so ahead of the game and confident because let me tell you, this is definitely the next big thing in our industry. So, what you can do is become a grey blending expert for better results for your clients and in your business too. This is a big, big topic because, yes, you might have been kind of dabbling with some tutorials and you might have been seeing some things on social media, but it's usually the missing piece of the puzzle of what to do and when, what to do when people inquire, what to do when so-and-so's hair looks like this, what do I use this time, those sort of things that are stopping you for going from A to B in your business. It's that plan and that strategy is something to rely on and trust. So the very exciting news is that we are enrolling our next cohort of students now. And you can be one of the next grey blending experts by the end of this year. You've seen the power of this proven business model and how it can create you the results in your life that you are looking for. And now it's time to get you certified so you can do it too. So this is for the business owners, the self-employed stylists, and the hairdressers who want more. These are all the gorgeously fantastic testimonials from students that have already taken the 2 cohorts this year. As I've mentioned, some of them have paid their investments back already, which has been absolutely awesome. Some of them are now charging between £3,000 to £5,000 for grey blending, which they definitely were not beforehand, and also close their books to normal clients. They are so grateful that they invested in this opportunity and they've had the support and guidance to get them where they want to be. So the results that you can get is that you'll realize what's possible for you and you will honestly open up a whole new world of opportunity and freedom. Once you have solved that first transformation, you think, fuck, I can do this. This is a thing. This is possible. For me, at the beginning, I used to buy myself a whatever bunch of flowers that I wanted from Marks and Spencer's, which is like my favorite shop for food anyway. If you're in the UK, you know how nice it is. But they do some gorgeous flowers and it's the closest one to my salon. So whenever I sold one, I bought whatever bunch of flowers that I wanted, had it in my house so I could have that reminder of yes, you're doing it. You can do this. This is a thing. Believe in yourself. And it is so liberating once you do that. You will have the tools to earn 10 times more and work significantly less. I have realised, especially coming up to the summer holidays as a working parent, how many parents struggle the summer holidays. People that are in normal working jobs, juggling childcare, having to use all the annual leave just in summer holidays, and it doesn't even cover it. And I think, bloody hell, I'm so grateful that I've created this system that gives me the freedom where I don't have to do that and I can still earn and not necessarily be in a salon because you're being paid for the end result and not your time. And when you plan these transformations accordingly, you can have that time off with your family and still have those payments coming in. It is the best feeling ever. I think and believe, and anyone that's done Groupon before or done vouchers or anything like that, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, attracting people that way, people that pay more are easier to work with. They are so nice, I can tell you that, because people and students that come in for shadow days, they go, oh my God, your clients are so nice, they're so grateful. And I think that's because they invest because they believe you're an expert, you know what you're doing, they want that problem solved, and they're just so relieved there's someone out there that can help them. You also will earn more money take home and you'll achieve your goals faster as a result of it. So, does anyone recognize Carla? She has been all over social media this year and she has been so successful. So she was doing grey blending before she took on the course, but as soon as she knew that it was going ahead in January, she was on it. She was like, right, I want to be on board. I want to be involved. I feel like there's like a missing piece of the puzzle. Like I know I had to do a little bit of grey blending, but I don't know what to do and when. So since she has started, she also made her investment back before she finished. She's had 37 inquiries. She now feels like her imposter syndrome has disappeared because she trusts in what she's doing and the proven system that she follows. And it's actually really nice and such a privileged thing to be doing what we're doing and helping these people, which is awesome. So included in the course, which is now called the Grey Blending Academy, we've rebranded. It's a 6-week training and there's lifetime access. There's also a bonus question and answer call at the end of the course because lots of the time we have learned that these questions will get answered along the training. So rather than have a Q&A right at the beginning or anything like that, we have it at the end so that any new questions that come up get answered then. There's weekly live calls to cover each game-changing module. There's a private Facebook community, which is also is live at the moment. It's awesome. People jump on there. If I can't get to it quick enough, someone else answers, one of the members, and we're all there to help each other and support each other. And you'll also get a certificate of completion as well. There's also, which is new, the 30K and 30 days fully booked formula. So this is exactly what I do to attract these clients in. What to say, what to write in stories, the emails I write, the reels I do, the DMs and what I say, all of these little steps and nuances to give me that consistency and reliability. And I have been reliably getting those numbers for about 1.5 years now. Absolutely fine. So I'm going to give you everything in that blueprint as well, like a PDF thing. There's also going to be, because there's a lot of people's weak point, social media training and support to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, my assistant Bo is on here. She is my social media guru because for a very, very, very long time, I did everything myself. But you learn that it is better to delegate and outsource what someone else can do quicker than you. So she'll also be able to help and give you guys some support as well. There's a final assessment, an integration plan of how you can put this into your business and what that could look like, and a certificate as well. There is also templates for the contracts, the forms, hooks, what to say, and there's honestly so much more. So anything you could ever need to have this whole business model is in here. And then Bo also does an Instagram and website analysis as well. This is Tony. Now, Tony is awesome. So she is from Leeds. She is the one that has cut her days down dramatically. So she's got a little one, I think primary school age, similar to mine. And she has cut down her hours as well. Now, at the beginning, she was a hardcore lived-in blonde specialist. And she was like, I do not want to let go of my clients. And I kindly advised her that if you want to go all in with grey blending, you've got to be seen as the expert. And you will get to a point where it doesn't feel authentic working in that old way of doing things anymore because you're not helping people as much as you could be, which is exactly why Carla is not doing any new normal clients anymore. And we had a discussion recently of how she could go fully grey blending only. So I messaged her saying how she can improve one of her stories on Instagram the other day. And she literally saw my message, grabbed her phone, and she had an application. And she had 3 this month. So that message from a couple of days ago. So it really does show that when you put the effort in, the consistency, and the focus, that you can achieve these results. This is Helen. She is in Canada, and there's a couple ladies in Canada, which is awesome. And again, she is one of the clients that has paid off her investment early. She's got lots of new grey blending clients in, so her confidence is coming with all the colouring work and things like that. And you can see at the bottom of her messages that she needs a new flower bouquet as well. Because a lot of the students have kind of taken that lovely idea and thought, okay, what can I do for myself? Give myself a pat on the back, just saying, well done for doing this. Because it's scary, you know? And it's brave to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I believe in. It may be for you, it may not be for you, and that's okay. But you want to have a chat about it. And by being brave, you can create some amazing results too. So, this is me again. I am the creator of the Grey Blending Academy and founder of Rosie Baylis Hair. I built a $250,000 business by 30 and helped other hairdressers charge 10 times more than they had been in just 3 months. Again, I collaborated with some awesome brands. Someone very exciting asked for a call last week as well, but we're not really revealing who that is yet. And also written for Look Fantastic. There's also going to be 3 amazing bonuses as well for this next cohort of students. So there is the shadow day in my salon, which people can get. If you are abroad, a lot of the Canadian students, for example, have just had a one-to-one or an extra one-to-one instead. And again, this is usually at the end of the course because a lot of the questions get answered whilst you're going through it, and things come up at the end that are perhaps more relevant then. But by coming in, if you can, in person, you can be in that environment and feel super inspired and pick things up that perhaps you wouldn't have done otherwise. One of them being how blimmin' fine those foils are. But it's also really helpful and impactful speaking to these clients in person, listening to what they're saying, asking them questions like, why did you choose Rosie? What made you choose a grey blending journey? What made you have that decision? Because it helps them understand who they're helping and who to market to. Although the course itself doesn't start until mid-September, for people that sign up, they will have immediate access to the 30K and 30 days fully booked formula. So they can get cracking, get those steps in, and start to make those moves already. There'll also be lifetime access to the Instagram, which has all the education on there for the technical stuff, like tutorials, color analysis, and that is going to be uploaded. There's usually at least one a week, maybe 2 a week, and there's always fresh content on there. So even when the course has finished, there's still help on there and also in the Facebook community as well. It's not just cut, see you later. We're here to help you make a long-lasting difference in your lives. So that is a total value of over 4 grand worth of bonuses, which is pretty good going. And for people who do the fast action and apply for the course for the end of this month, they also get a bonus one-to-one with me as well. Again, these sessions are super duper valuable because usually it's having someone who can see things from the outside and give you the advice that you take action with super duper quickly, because we can't see what's it? There's a phrase in there, the tree for the woods or something like that. You can't usually see things that are staring at you in the face, but someone who has been in the industry, knows what they're talking about, can see these things and help you grow super quick. So the amazing news is that the applications are now open. I think Bo has put the link in the chat for you guys, so you can have a look at that, fill it out, and let us know if you have any questions. So now is your chance to pick my brain. We have about 20 minutes, half an hour or so, if there are any questions. If you would like to put your camera on, then I can have a good idea of who would like to ask anything. And I'm going to ask you to unmute as you're the first person that flashed up. Hello, it's lovely to speak with you.
Yeah, I've just actually just started following you on Instagram.
Awesome.
I'm in New Zealand,
Lovely.
and yeah, so I'm just quite keen at the moment. I've got quite a few clients that come in regularly, say they want to go on that journey. So yeah,
Mm.
so I'm at sort of at the beginning of it. So yeah. That's right. It's the stage I'm at. Yeah, yeah. But
Amazing.
I'm subscribed to your page, so I'm thoroughly enjoying that at the moment. So yeah,
Oh, good. Thank you so much for
yeah.
being here and taking the time. I can appreciate you're in a completely different time zone to us, so thank you for being here. So, with your grade blending at the moment, what do you feel is missing and what support do you need?
Um, For me, it's probably I'm thinking of the price point. For
Yeah.
me, that's getting my head around is the biggest thing. But the more I sort of threw it out to a couple of clients the other day, and one that was grey already, and she said, yeah, she said I would totally do it if I was going to transition. I would totally do it because it's just so liberating, feeling that you don't have to come to the salon every 4 weeks, even 3 weeks to get my greys touched up. I mean, it's not, you're totally right when you say it's not for everyone. You're totally right because not everyone wants to be grey, but there are people that definitely want to do it but don't know how to do it, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. They want to do it, yeah. Yeah, so there's definitely a market out there for people wanting to do it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
huge
yeah. And I
market.
think too, and I think the good thing too is not putting a whole lot of bleach on your hair and bleaching the hell out of it, and you know what I mean, and doing all that is good too because these days people are quite health conscious. They don't want a ton of bleach put on their hair. You know what I mean? That's not good for your hair or your health either. Mm. Yeah,
100%.
so doing these tiny little baby foils is maybe is a lot nicer for the hair. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because
Mm.
you've got to be considerate when you're colouring the hair. You don't have to bleach the life out of it, as you say. Especially, there are so many people that have such different grey hair patterns on each side of their head, let alone,
Yes.
at the front and the back. It might be like a bit of natural hair and then super white at the crown. So it's colouring it
Mm.
accordingly so you don't over bleach it. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
knowing what to do at each stage, right? So you don't
yeah,
kill yourself with the 12, 10-hour appointment on day one and think,
yeah,
okay, what do I do now?
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
as you touched on, what do you charge for that? And then what do you do going forward? So
yeah,
it's knowing
mm,
what to do and what to
yeah,
say and saying,
yeah,
hey, pay me for the
yeah.
end, I'll get you
Yeah.
there.
One question I do have is, okay, so say you say to a client, okay, it's going to cost you $6,000 dollars to get you there.
Yeah.
Um, what happens, okay, with installments? People pay the installments. What says someone comes in, they have the first installment, and they're happy with it, they can see where it's going, but then they decide, oh, actually, you know what, I think I'll stay there and I won't continue because I'm actually quite happy with what's going on. It's actually all right. So how do you go about it then? Do you get people to pay the three installments up front before you start, or what do you do?
So we literally have a whole module on pricing because it's such a
Yeah.
nuanced topic. But one thing I learned very quickly is that you must always work in profit. There must always be at least a down payment and not just loads of little payment plans. Because if someone did make the decision of, okay, this is why we have contracts in place and things like that, I do just want an appointment and now want to finish it, it'd be like, okay, at least I've had that big down payment that covers that and all the outlay and the time and the effort. But
Mm,
there's also that contract. So what I tell and teach students is that they're paying you for the end result and not their time. So if that
mm.
client did think, okay, cool, I loved my color in appointment one, I don't want to change it, great, job done. You've just been paid $6,000 for that end result.
But
Because
basically, they're paying up front to begin with, though, aren't they? Before
yeah,
they,
yeah.
yeah,
Always, 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 always work in profit. Because otherwise you could be completely screwed over.
yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah, because that
It-
could happen. You know what I mean? They're halfway through it and they think, oh, she looks quite good, and yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And that's why you've got to have some support, I guess, and what to do in different situations. Because these things do crop up and
yeah.
also be covered as well for every eventuality.
Maybe in some ways, if these people are serious about it,
Mm.
they're probably better paying it all in one go. You know what I mean? And then it's easier not to have any conversations afterwards, is it? You know, in some ways, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So one of my
yeah,
students liked it because you don't have to have loads of awkward conversations about money. Just have it once, and then people
Yeah.
know they're qualified, so they know how much it costs, how long it's going to take, what's included. So you have that
Yeah.
conversation once and it's done, and they know what to
Right.
expect in the future. So
Yeah.
honestly, and it's so nuanced, but once you know what to say and when, and have
Yeah.
that ground rules, people will respect that and understand that.
Yeah. So do you put the whole um shampoo, conditioner, everything in all in the package, do you? Do you put everything in one
Oh, and it's
package?
not a package. So packages are still selling your time and a service. A transformation is different as that you're selling the end result. So for me
Yeah.
personally, I just give them whatever they need to
Yeah.
get the end
Yeah.
result. So
Yeah.
yeah, I give them products. Sometimes it looks like smoothing blow dries if they need them. At the beginning, I would say that a lot of people overcompensate and give them everything. Like at the beginning,
Yeah.
when I think about the first ones that I did, I was like, yeah, I'll fix your colour for you. And I used to do bridal hair, so I'll be there on your wedding day. And I was thinking, what the fuck have I done that for? The longer that you do it, the
Yeah.
more authority and confidence that you have in yourself, and you don't feel like you have to over deliver. If anything, you do less. And you go, this is
Yeah.
what I do, this is upon myself. If you want anything else, that's extra or go elsewhere for that.
Mm.
Okay.
I think the nice thing about it is you're just doing one client instead of doing flipping, like 8 clients a
Yeah.
day. It's like, my God.
You
Yeah.
can't.
So,
You
yeah.
can't do back-to-back clients with grey
Yeah.
blending. It's not
Yeah. I
possible.
know, but yeah, that's a good thing about it is that you're only doing one and it's actually quite nice. Yeah.
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 It's lovely when you
Mm.
finish early because you think, wow, that one I only took 4 hours. Might go and get a pedicure. I'm going to pop to Tesco
Yeah.
on the way home and get some food shopping. You think I still earned a grand today and I've done
Yeah.
4 hours. It's really cool.
Yeah. And with your smoothing blow waves, are they, because I'm Lakme as well,
Yeah.
do you use
Cool.
Aura?
Yes.
It's just,
It's all
yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Blinding
The
Bridge
step one.
product.
I mean,
Yeah.
step three, the step three, yeah.
Yeah.
And a blow
Really
wave.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's very good, that. Yeah, yeah. Lakme is very good. Yeah, it's really weird because there aren't many Lakme salons around, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know. I know. More so over your side of the world, I believe, rather than ours. But yes,
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely get into it. Just sort of quite new to it, but yeah, there's a lot of people that want to go grey blending, definitely. Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
And honestly, the amount of DMs and even comments I'm sure you guys have seen on posts that go, do you know someone here? Do you know someone there? I'd be like, yes, I do now. This is someone that's taken my course in Scotland. This is someone who's taken it in Leeds. And it's awesome to be able to give them that reference, like this is the person to go to. And that could be you too, Anne.
yeah. I pretty much think it's the way it's all going with colouring though. It is pretty much where it's going, because people just don't want that tight with salon all the time, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, but they
Yeah.
have to be ready for it. And like you say, it's not for everyone, you know?
No, they have to be ready, but also it's giving people the choice because a lot of people
Yes,
don't realize they have a choice.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just so I'm here and I'm gonna be into it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on following you and yeah, just working my way through it. So yeah, so it's been really good. It's 6 o'clock here in the morning in New Zealand. So yeah,
No way. Thanks for being here, Anne. I appreciate
yes,
it.
I'm here with my coffee.
Sarah, it's good to see you. How did you find tonight's call, and what do you feel you need support with?
I was just trying to type your message actually. Um,
Oh,
one question I do have,
yeah.
which is obviously at the moment the market's not particularly saturated with grey blending experts, but it does concern me slightly.
Hmm.
Slightly. Like you were saying about the blonding experts and balayage and stuff, it becomes like everyone can do it. Maybe not particularly
Well,
brilliantly, yeah.
mm,
I certainly decided not to touch that. But yeah, where do you see, obviously, the market yourself, where do you see it actually going? Like, if it becomes saturated, is that going to damage our price points? Because we're not necessarily, yeah, we're the old and original experts, but like, if I've got someone down the road,
mm,
are we going to have to start going, oh, well, I was charging 5 grand, now I'm going to have to
God, no.
bring it back. I know that you want to, you want to be the best and people to see you as the best, regardless of your price. But people are renowned for jumping underneath slightly. And I just want to make sure that, if you were to get rid of all your clients and become an expert, and lose your bread and butter, what if that gradually goes down? And also the amount of knowledge and tips that are being provided now on like Instagram on how people can make sure they don't get into that whole Stripe issue. So people are far more educated. So is it going to come to a point where actually permanent doesn't exist? People don't slap on a box color anymore, and we have no place.
Yeah, I can see your fear. From someone who has been doing it and sees all the messages, I can't see that happening for a very, very long time.
Mhm.
Firstly, because there are lots of people out there who are trying their best with grey blending, but they don't really know what they're doing. So people go, "Oh, I'm having a grey blending appointment yesterday. It wasn't what you are talking about. I didn't get what the result I hoped for. I'm really disappointed." So I think there are lots of people out there that watch all the free content out there and have a go, but they don't know the nuances to get them from A to B to really do it properly. There is a very famous grey blending person in America, and one of my students had their clients after one of their appointments. And at the beginning, at the first appointment, it looked great. You saw the results on Instagram, beautiful. But the regrowth was terrible because they didn't pay attention to the natural hair regrowth pattern.
Yeah.
So just because you could do grey blending, it doesn't mean you're solving the problem. So yes, there are lots of people and lots of content out there for free, but it's faster and better if you're serious about doing this, making a difference in your life and having results fast, to go to someone who has got it all from A to B to do it, rather than just model through, kind of doing it, but not really making a full
Yeah.
difference. When it comes to there being lots of grey blending experts as well, I believe there's a big difference between just offering grey blending as a normal salon service and doing it properly and solving the problem with like a proven solution of like 3 to 6 months. At the end, you're going to get the end result that you want. Thereafter, this is what you can expect. I'm the only person teaching it in that way. And there's not many of us at the moment. And when we're looking into taking students on, as always, we're looking for the right people and not lots of people, because I want people that I can trust. So when people message and go, "Hey, do you know someone in Ireland?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. Here are their details." And that's why we do it in such a deeper level, because we were really serious about recommending good quality people. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that does. Because you can't tell what the market's going to do ultimately, but you've just got to trust in your own experience.
Yeah, like obviously I'm teaching people now, right? I haven't put my prices down because there's more people doing it. Absolutely not. I just want to help more people, help also like the client point of view and all the people all over the world that want great blending and haven't been able to get it, but also help hairdressers who feel stuck and perhaps how I did 5 or 6 years ago and how I am now. And listening to other working mums and thinking, God, if only you did this too, or you can do this. This is the opportunity you could have.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah, go for it.
So with your marketing side of things, one thing I feel I'm stuck with, and I'm sure it probably resonates with a lot of people, is for some reason, I'm a 1980s child, so like Instagram and stuff is still slightly out there for me, and I've never had to do that because I've had a high street salon. But in my head, I feel like that's the only place you can market yourself.
Okay.
And obviously, yeah, there's Facebook, but it seems a little bit old-fashioned somehow. So are they the only streams that you use to market yourself now? Or do you use anything else?
So for me personally, I get all of my clients through Instagram, but I think that's because that's the platform that I get along with the most. I like being on there. I think it's easy. I can do it
Mm.
quickly. It's fine. A year or two ago, it was TikTok. So I went all in on TikTok for a year, posted like 3 to 5 times a day. How I had that much time, I don't know. I think it's because my youngest was a baby then and she slept a lot. So I just went all in, I had nothing to lose, blew up on there, then blew up on Instagram. And I hardly post on TikTok now, not fresh content. I focus really on Instagram because it's what I enjoy and love. However, other students have got most of their grade blending inquiries on Google through their websites. So again, it depends what people feel good with, whether it's they're really good at SEO. If people don't know what that is, that's fine, it's in the course. But whether people are good at that, or people are more comfortable with Facebook, or people are more comfortable with Instagram, whatever you put your focus into, the energy and results will come back from. It might not be that Instagram's your thing. It might be you have a killer website and you got your everything down to a T and you attract people that way.
Yeah. Could
With
I
it,
just say something?
yeah.
That that I'm just putting it out there that maybe the way I was thinking about it the other day, because I'm not definitely not on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, but if people are a little bit older and they're wanting to go and they're grey, they're probably not going to be Instagram people anyway.
Mm.
So they'd probably look straight on to just go onto the internet and go put grey blending in. You know what I mean? So they're not going to be Instagram people anyway. So yeah, so that's where they'd look first.
Do you know what though, Anne? It's wild. Some of my oldest clients have come from TikTok and I just think, what? I didn't realize you
I
were on
know,
TikTok.
crazy. It is
68.
crazy.
68.
Yeah.
So I would say never assume. Never
Yes. Yeah, yeah, true. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, interesting, eh? Yeah.
very interesting.
Some people blow you away sometimes, eh? Yeah.
Is there anyone else
Yeah.
here that would like some support with anything before we wrap up for the evening? You can turn your camera
Um,
on, that would be lovely. And then we know if you want to ask a question.
that's about it at the moment. I sort of just jumped on last minute, so yeah, it was good.
I know that a lot of people are catching on replay because they're working evenings. And again, I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, you don't have to be working evenings. You should be working evenings. You don't have to. So yeah, they'll be catching the replay. But I hope that has been really helpful and at least inspiring to show you guys that there is a different way of doing things and you can do this too. Like if I did it, you can do it too. So the applications are now open, and obviously those bonuses and the extra bonus of a one-to-one do expire at the end of this month. So links will be sent out to you guys by email. It's also in the meeting chat as well that Bo's kindly popped in there. And yeah,